This is gonna be a fun time.
so
We're
good.
both tired and loopy as shit. And the whole reason we moved our recording schedule around was to not be tired and loopy as shit.
Yeah, now we're just tired and loopy on a different day.
We're recording earlier than we ever have, but later than we ever have. All right. All right, man. Get on my shoulders and start puppeting. We got to get this thing on. Get this thing going.
Oh man. Okay, we gotta save the material for the actual recording. Okay. Quit making jokes. I'm looking at you, man.
You know I've never made a joke in my life.
Welcome back, everyone, once again to a brand new installment of Screenplay Rewind. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron.
And I think this is our last movie we've picked before we turn over to Friends and Family Month next time. Then I'm
Which
scared.
means this is the last episode of the podcast.
Oh, yeah. We can cancel this show whenever we want, right? Like,
Yep, absolutely.
I didn't sign a contract. Did you sign a contract?
No, not with any living mortal person.
Well, that sounds pretty morbid, but I'll take it. Yeah. So, man,
How's it going, Jeff?
Pretty good. How about yourself, dude?
Pretty good. Watching movies, recording podcasts.
As we do occasionally. I apologize if anyone hears me like with the scratchy voice or like sniffling in the background. My allergies have been actively trying to kill me for about 2 weeks now.
It's just been non-stop wind for like the last 2 weeks, like you said.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. I like if anyone
the tree
can please
pollen's
explain to me,
up.
Yeah, it's like when you pull up the little like weather channel
in here.
When you pull up the what?
No.
It's a transformer.
I think we got a transformer. What?
I've still never fucking seen any of the Marky Mark Transformer movies.
I've never seen either one of those two movies. And
was he in 2 or was he in 3 of those movies?
Transformers, I don't know, but I never saw that happening either.
I never saw that happening either. We probably should watch that. Someone's gonna fucking pick the happening now. God damn it! Why do we?
Hey, I welcome it.
We play with fucking fire when you're talking about movies you haven't seen that are supposed to be bad. Your Friends and Family Month, like terrible things will happen. That's how you get an airbender, dude. You gotta be careful.
Cliff Curtis is just like, why won't my clothes stay on?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and at the ending of this recording session, if it ever ends, I don't know, me and Ron are pretty
so far we're not even starting. So
yeah. Screenplay Rewind everywhere all at once and nowhere at the same time.
There's another podcast I listen to. They refer to these kind of shows as a gas leak show because there's clearly a gas leak somewhere.
I dig it.
Yeah, when everyone's just loopy and off the wall.
Yeah, loopy and also slowly dying. Never a good combination. But what I was gonna
carbon
say,
monoxide.
What I was gonna say is at the ending of the episode we will be announcing the first and second installments of Friends and Family Month.
Yes.
Because we're trying to give people a little bit more warning in advance. That way they can, check out the movies and follow along since we'll be knocking them out. Are we doing 4 or are we doing 5? Because last year your dad chimed in with one. Do you have any? Is he submitting another pick, or do we just have the 4 selections? Do you know what we're doing?
I think as of now we just have the 4.
Just the 4. All right. Okay.
I completely forgot to ask him last time I talked to him. So as of now, we have 4.
All right. We'll work with that. Before we talk about our movie for the week, would you like to relay our comments and questions we might have had for the week?
Okay, so the ever enigmatic Bobby.
That sounds like the Bobby version of like the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It'd be like his Bobby aging in reverse.
You need to start writing it. You need to start writing it right now. So the first of 3 comments left by Bobby on episode 93 Free Fire, by the way.
93.
That means this is 94. Sorry.
That's like higher. That's like more than 92. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's like this podcast just keeps going. Screenplay Rewind. Pro Cannibal?
Screenplay. So here's the weekly Bobby game where we talk about the comments he's posted, and as we talk about all the time, we don't fucking know what we talked about last week. I don't know what I talked about like earlier today.
I was about to say I don't know what I talked about during the whole green room that we were just in.
It would be in like in relation to Army Hammer.
I figured
Army
that
Hammer,
much, but I don't remember
the exact context of what he's referring to.
And what am I gonna do? Go back and listen to us?
Yeah, no, it's gonna fucking listen to that shit.
I'm not gonna listen to it. Second comment. If you ever do an event, I demand the right of first question. Oh, it's yours, sir.
It is absolutely yours, Bobby. The executive producer of all of our shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the fucking title, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm sorry. I cannot confirm because I don't know the context. I don't remember. Get more descriptive with your stuff, Bobby.
No. We gotta have the game. It has to be exactly. He's the. What did you say? The enigmatic case of Bobby. Is that what you said earlier?
I said the ever enigmatic Bobby.
Yeah, exactly. He has to talk like a fucking like Dark Souls NPC and be as cryptic unnecessarily as possible, and then we can play the Bobby game.
And then he has to laugh evilly as he finishes.
Cackle.
Yeah. Okay, you can't talk about Dark Souls NPC laughter without me thinking about Oswald of Kareem. I wish I could mimic that laugh. I wish I could mimic that laugh so bad. The last comment is, was it nope?
Was it nope? Yeah, I got nothing.
It not ringing.
I got nothing.
Any of the bells in Lothric.
Was it nope? I don't remember. I got nothing. I have failed the Bobby game. Bobby wins the Bobby game.
So, of course, I replied, was it yep, just now.
Was it yep?
Yeah.
Or was it huh? If you would like a question or prompt.
If you would like to play the Bobby game.
If you would like to confuse the fuck out of us with Dark Souls NPC exclamations, you can email us, screenplayrewind@gmail.com. Or you can message us on Twitter at SPR Filmcast, or if you found us on YouTube, like Bobby did, I'm assuming those are through YouTube comments.
Yes.
You can always drop a comment on there. We welcome them in all of the avenues. So yeah, hit us up. The more confusing, the better, because we like to be confused as we start the podcast. Put this on the edge of our seat. Or,
you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, in the green room, I was singing the Family Guy Randy Newman song from 25 years ago. I remember all the lyrics just about. I should be mortified by that, because that's 25 years. I could have been using that memory storage for something useful, but there you go.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. Thanks again, Bobby, for writing in and confusing us as always. Absolute legend. I feel like by the hour mark, I'm gonna sound like Christian Bale Batman. Just by the way. So get ready for that. I'm just gonna be like wheezing horribly in the background while Ron tries to close out the podcast. So do with that information what you will.
I'm loopy enough that I almost quoted the wrong Batman movie. Why did you say that name?
But that movie didn't happen. We don't. That's the universe I want to move to. Is where nobody says that name. That's the universe you want to move to.
Oh,
God damn it, dude.
God damn it.
How many years ago was that movie? What year did that movie come out?
I don't care to know.
I'm going to Google it because I love having useless information. That came out 8 fucking years ago, dude. 2016.
That's it? 8 years ago?
8 long, cold years.
Oh, no. I thought it was at least 10, going on 12.
Well, we did, like lose a couple of years off of our lives sitting in the theater to watch the damn thing. So I think that probably contributes to the time loss. See, when you stare into the bagel of the never-ending universe, it's actually just Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice on a loop. And people that have seen this movie will understand what I'm talking about. Those who haven't will have no fucking idea what I just referenced, and I'm okay with that. That's must be like what Bobby feels like. It's like Bobby will say anything, and he doesn't give a flying fuck if you have context or you know what he's referring to. He's just gonna say it because he just lives. Like he's like the way that what's his fuck is in the middle of the donut hole and Knives Out. That's the way Bobby lives in the middle of the enigma at all times.
Oh man, the fucking bagel.
Are you ready to talk about Everything Everywhere All at Once, Ron?
I think I am, and this is the first time in a long time that we have just jumped into it like this. It's not even been 10 minutes.
I mean, do you have any other tangents you'd like to discuss? I mean, we can.
God damn it. I can absolutely come up with some tangents.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I have literally no idea how to start this podcast because first of all, spoilers for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I beg you
did this
to go into this movie blind because you will be just like jaw to the ground at what you're witnessing. And just the fact that the movie with hot dog hands won 7 Oscars makes me glad that this is the universe I live in.
The fucking hot dog hands.
The hot dog hands, and then like you said, I think you texted me like that's the name of their production company now,
It's
right? Isn't
name-
that like?
Yeah, here, I sent you a picture. Blah, 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 blah. I sent you a picture. I said, I shit you not, and it was copyright 2021 Hot Dog Hands LLC.
That I just wanted to go shake their fucking hand, dude. Like that's legendary. Also, I need to make Raccacoonies my Twitter profile picture now. I'll be the Raccacoonies one, and then you be the Michelle Yeoh one, and then that'll be our Twitter profile pictures.
He knows too much.
Oh man, this fucking movie it's insane. All right, I also love how at one point they have a false ending, and it's directed by the Daniels because the first name of both the directors is Daniel. That's pretty genius too.
Oh man.
What was your initial reaction if you're able to put it into words of everything? Because this was our first time watching it. Neither of us had seen this.
Oh, you hadn't seen it either.
You're correct. I just picked it because I wanted to see the Ke Huy Quan movie where he won his Oscar. That was my main kind of driving force for this. And also the rest of the cast is strong as well, obviously.
Man, if you're going into this movie blind, hold on to your potatoes is all I can say. Because holy shit. It's indescribable in the best way.
It is the best way I can describe it is this is what happens when you merge Scott Pilgrim with the Matrix. That's like the only way I can describe it because it has some of the coolest action scenes I've seen in like years.
Oh yeah.
Especially the fucking Ke Huy Quan one. That is like prime Jackie Chan.
I was gonna say
action.
that's Jackie Chan.
Yeah, it is fucking incredible. I like. You don't expect the action to be as good as it is because it's an A24 movie, and it's framed as almost just like a dark comedy at the beginning. And then when shit hits the fan, they have some of the most well choreographed action I've seen in like 20 years. It is fucking nuts.
And the mind fucks that it does over and over and over. But this movie is so incredibly well done technically, right? Because it's so fluid the way shit is snapping between different universes and different realities in the middle of fight scenes and everything else. And it's done as if it's all in one take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's mesmerizing. I was just sitting on my couch, just this was like the most like invested I've been in a movie in a while, just because of how fucking bonkers it is. And holy fuck.
The sense of humor that it has almost doesn't match up with the theme of the movie, but somehow it still works.
Yeah,
it's real strange.
It's very, yeah, you can't describe it, and the fact that the movie feels like cohesive even a little bit is an achievement, because if you just take all of the elements of this movie and you write it on a piece of paper, it is like what's like the best way to describe how crazy it is and how like all over the place it is, but in like a imaginative way instead of like a messy way, is trying to see how Wikipedia lists its genres. Did you happen to catch this? It's pretty interesting.
Wikipedia, no, I did not.
Okay. The film incorporates elements from several genres and film media, including surreal comedy, science fiction, fantasy, martial arts films, immigrant narrative, and animation. It is all of those things and more. I think they forgot some. Like, it is just all of the genres. And it's also like, how does the movie with hot dog hands reach emotional depth at times? Can you explain that to me, Ron? Like, I thought I was like having a stroke for a minute, man. Like,
are we all having a stroke right now? No, okay, just hear me out. Because what I'm gonna say is gonna sound crazy, but if you think about it, I think you'll see it. Given the kind of the theme of the movie, I think this would actually pair well with Elemental.
I could see that.
Right? Because it's got that same cultural touchstone of immigrant Asian family and all of the kind of cultural tropes that come with that.
And following in like the like your parents' footsteps and joining the family business because you feel like an obligation to, and it's like disrespectful if you don't kind of follow in line with your family's instruction.
Yeah. It fits in like a really weird way.
Yeah. Also heavily influenced by romance.
Yeah.
That's something that like this is a very, very romantic movie. And I think it's
well,
the fucking movie.
We all know that there's nothing more romantic than hot dog hands. So.
I mean, absolutely. And hold on, I gotta make sure we can't forget how one of the most romantic movies of the last couple of years has Alpha Jumper Trophy and Alpha Jumper Figure Trophy. Which, dude, the fucking like the fucking cops blurring of the guy without pants is one of the funniest things in the whole movie. To me, I was dying.
Oh, the blurring is so good, and would not work in any other movie.
I'm losing my mind just trying to wrap my mind around how this was written.
I feel like a Lovecraft protagonist. I feel like I've looked into something I should not have seen.
Yeah. This is what flashes through your mind for the very last time when you've nuked Cthulhu at the bottom of the ocean. And
all that energy and nowhere to go.
Yeah. So the directors here are Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. And I think probably their most high profile thing before this is something I hadn't seen, but it looked also fucking nuts. Did you ever hear of Swiss Army Man?
No.
So Swiss Army Man is maybe even more insane and ridiculous than this movie is, which is saying something. Swiss Army Man stars Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano. And like the whole point in the movie is that Daniel Radcliffe is dead.
Okay.
And the point of the movie, I believe, is like Paul Dano is, losing his mind, and he's basically like imagining Daniel Radcliffe as like his like zombie buddy, pretty much. And it's absolutely absurd, like surreal comedy with like dark comedy the way this is, but probably not as strong as this, I would imagine, because like this movie just like blew up. It's huge critical acclaim. Won 7 Oscars. They pretty much sweeped all of the acting categories. It was crazy. Ron is just constantly distracting me with still images of the so- what makes the hot dog hand sequences even more like absurd is how they have Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis acting their asses off during these like latter end of the movies.
Legit award-winning actresses with long careers, long respectable careers, acting with hot dog hands and playing piano with their feet.
Yeah, and they keep caressing each other with their feet. And the image you just sent was they go to a reality at one point, which was a reality in which life didn't fully take place. And it's the main character and her daughter speaking as rocks. And that is, to me, like what I imagine people would imagine a live studio recording of this podcast would be, is just two fucking rocks
talking into the void.
Talking into the void about how nothing matters. And I think that's how you have our podcast summed up. So
oh man.
Yeah, so I believe this was the first thing I had seen of this writer and director duo. And how do you... So you've written and directed this, right?
Okay.
This movie sweeps the Oscars. What is your next movie?
I was going to say, what do you do now?
This movie is all of the genres. It hits all of the emotional depth of something that has hot dog hands could possibly imagine. And I was just thinking about, like, can you make another movie after that? Are you just spent? Because
you bleed a load on your first movie.
They had apparently been working on this like concept for years and years and years. I think I saw on the production. Let me pull back up the page so I get the year. Yeah, so they've been researching this concept for this movie since 2010.
Wow.
It released in 2022. They started filming, I think, around like 2019, 2020. So like they've been. What was funny too, they got nervous about their concept because, you know, they've been working on this multiverse concept for a decade, and near the time of like Into the Spider-Verse and stuff like that, like, it became more widespread and kind of like well known in, you know,
dude, if you've been working on this for like a decade, you're gonna start to worry if this is your time, strike while the iron is hot, or you miss the boat, right?
Yeah. So they actually saw, I don't think I've seen the second season of Rick and Morty, but they were actually getting frustrated because Rick and Morty season 2 was tackling a lot of concepts that they had been planning for a fucking decade. So they said they had to stop watching Rick and Morty because it was just making them sad, because it was such an imaginative like idea. I mean, and the movie still ends up being imaginative in so many ways because it's not just in the multiversal concept, it's what they do with it. Like, this has like a real life representation of some of the like the cool scenes, and you remember in like Doctor Strange 2 when they go to like the universe where they're like made of paint, stuff like that, where you're bringing to life like all of these different concepts. But this to me like does it better than just about anything. It's just so imaginative. Like, we'll talk about some specifics, but man, it is a fucking trip. And I'm curious how like watching it again would go, because one of the things that is like so strong about it is just how unpredictable and weird it is. If you end up maybe liking it more because you're able to kind of pay attention to stuff better, you're not just, you know, like in shock the whole time because hot dog hands. I don't know.
I already feel like, and this is picking nits, I already feel like one thing that would annoy me watching it again is I feel like it needs to be like 20 minutes shorter. It felt like a little long.
I think the first half of the movie is very strong. I think in the kind of like maybe like 60-70% of the way through the film, it kind of drags just a little bit, where I think if you cut like 10 minutes out of it, I think would make it pretty strong. I still was so invested in just how imaginative and crazy it was. Like, I never got bored, but I do wish it was maybe about 2 hours instead of 2 hours and 10 minutes.
I feel like you would really feel that extra 20 minutes on a second viewing.
Yeah, I could see that. Now there might be stuff that you don't honestly like pick up on the first viewing. Uh, let's talk about the cast because Ron just keeps piping in fucking photos of Jamie Lee Curtis. Can we just talk about how Jamie Lee Curtis
is amazing
in this movie? Is as imposing as Michael Myers is, and just like how awesome that is to say.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen that.
There is a scene when she is about to fucking dropkick somebody, Memories of Murder style, in a staircase, and it is like one of my favorite scenes I've ever seen in a film. It's just the best.
Oh man, that ending to that staircase scene, my god, when her head just goes through the wall and she just dangles there.
You want to know what this also, like, in some of the fight scenes, what it reminds me of is the Raid. Like sometimes it gets,
especially the guy with the two pipes.
Yeah, like sometimes it reaches those levels of like brutal that the Raid is famous for. So man, is the action good. So we have, what was interesting too is I actually saw, did you see the script was originally written for Jackie Chan.
I can see that.
To be the main character, until they eventually realized that the movie's story would work better with a woman protagonist, because they they started to kind of like shift gears. And I'm just thinking of like the way that if that, like, I'd watch it, but I do think the movie works better with Michelle Yeoh, but it is interesting to think about like through a different lens. So we have, we talked about the main character, Evelyn Wang, is Michelle Yeoh, who Ke Huy Quan, who we mentioned, most famous for Short Round from Indiana Jones, who had retired from acting. He retired from acting for 20 years, and you come back and you win a fucking Oscar. How cool is that? I love that he won for this movie. He's so fucking good in this. We have, as we mentioned, Jamie Lee Curtis. Would you like to describe what Jamie Lee Curtis's character's name is?
Deirdre Bobierdra.
Dude.
Fee Fi Mo Mirdra.
I think all of my future video game characters are going to be called Deirdre Bobierdra. It's so good.
So I sent you a screenshot. At the bottom of the screen, I love how much that looks like the National Geographic logo.
Right. That's so good.
I used Google Translate. It's just the name of the movie. But yeah.
I love that poster so much. I need that poster.
The poster's amazing.
Maybe my favorite performance in the movie, especially for her first few sequences, Stephanie Hsu, who plays the daughter. At first, she is just playing her character like very by the numbers. You know, like she's playing like this kind of like underappreciated daughter role. Her parents don't fully understand her. When they show her later, and she is this
reveal.
Fucking, when they show that she is this like multiversal god, she is so fucking insanely good in this movie.
Yeah.
Like that. And then some of the things they do to show her like flickering through universes, like when she is tilting her neck at different degrees.
Oh, it's so good.
And when she reaches like different degrees of tilting her neck, she is like flickering through different realities. Yeah. There's one where she's walking by
is angling with her.
It's so fucking good.
It's so good.
The scene when she's walking through a room and she is brushing her nails across a wall, and her nails, the polish keeps changing colors.
When she draws the sword or whatever, and it keeps changing between different items in her hand. God.
This has some of like the coolest cinematography I have ever seen, and I'm not even like being hyperbolic. This has some of the coolest sequences I've ever seen. It's so fucking creative.
You know that map on the phone of the multiverse? That has to be what their shot planning looked like.
Absolutely.
My God.
When they flip a switch with her, and she is just her personality is so nonchalant about like the craziness around her. Like when she kills the security guards, she's so fucking intimidating. Like,
dude, the Jamie Lee Curtis officer's head that explodes into confetti.
When she her character concept where she fucking turns into a like WWE wrestler to break a dude's neck by dropping him in like a body slam.
Yeah.
she's getting shot at, and then she flickers to a reality where she's a salsa dancer with one of the other guards so that she can dance the guard in the way of the bullets. Like, this stuff is so random, it's so creative, and on paper they had to be like, are people gonna like this, or is this gonna be terrible? Like, that had to be like a real fear with them writing it, you know?
Absolutely.
Because some of it is just so over the top, but they make it fucking work. And I don't know how, but it is a fucking achievement. But I was gonna say, like, Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing in this and won Best Supporting Actress for this. If I were voting in that year, Stephanie Hsu would have been the one that got my vote, because I love her scenes in this, and also just because like how fucking amazing her character concept is.
Oh god, yeah,
she's
so
a fucking she's like a great one, dude. She is this all-knowing being, and the way they show her visually is just I absolutely adored all those sequences. And that's what I think might be like, I think part of the problem with like the second half of the movie being a little bit slower is I feel like they really are jam packing the first half of the movie with these creative things to kind of get you on board with it, because they want you to be on board with it for like the emotional payoffs later on, and it makes it feel like a little bit slower. But man, there's some great shit in this,
which any anime fan knows. The part 1 movie is always better than the part 2 movie,
right?
So it still fits within its own meta.
God, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. How awesome is James Hong in this movie?
Dude, James Hong.
I love James Hong.
Always best James Hong.
James Hong is Gong Gong and Alpha Gong Gong.
James Gong Gong Hong.
I love James Hong so fucking much. I feel like nothing needs to be said for James Hong, because the man is just a fucking legend, you know?
When an Alpha Gong Gong comes in?
Alpha fucking Gong Gong, dude.
Oh, man. Alpha Gong Gong ain't no beta.
Do I name my future video game characters Deirdre Babirdra, or do I name them Alpha fucking Gong Gong? Because both are S tier, dude. Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
This movie's a fucking fever dream. Oh my god. Okay, let's.
I mean,
what
do we do?
What do we do? Like, no movie needs to have a commentary instead of just freeform discussion more than this. Like, dude, because holy the fuck.
We have Alpha Jumper Edgelord. We have Police Salsa, Police Confetti, Debbie the Dog Mom, Deirdre Bobirdra, Gong Gong, and then Chad.
Some would say the Beatles of our time. I don't know about you.
The fifth Beatle, Chad.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
I gotta talk about how funny this movie's concept is for like the surreal comedy of what makes them be able to switch like to one of their other universe's skill sets of the random like thing you have to do, like the paper cutting. Like how funny and awful to watch is the paper cut scene.
No, what's even better is when he is himself again. He's just like, what happened to my hand?
Dude, Ki-Hui Kwan is amazing in this.
I'm so happy he won something. I'm so happy.
How good is he when he's switching between being like, I will fuck up every single person in the room like I'm Jackie goddamn Chan, to Ki-Hui Kwan being like the goofball that he can be.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of Ouroboros in this.
Yeah, for sure. I think my favorite fight scene of the whole movie is him with the fanny pack.
Yes.
Because him with the fanny pack is fucking amazing. That's the one that was purely Jackie Chan homage.
Absolutely.
Like, you can tell with just that fight scene that these directors are giant Jackie Chan fans. Outside of them originally writing the script for him, you can tell they love Jackie Chan.
How good was the 2001 A Space Odyssey? To the apes?
I hope one of them kept the prosthetics of the costumes with the hot dog hands apes. Please tell me they all got to keep that costume. I will pay any amount of money on eBay to get one of those costumes, and that will be my Halloween costume every single year from now until eternity.
Oh my god.
But so like the concept behind what they have to do to flicker to a different reality for a second to locate one of their realities like counterparts that they need specifically is they have to do something random that kind of like
Some of them are so
silly.
painful to watch.
It's really silly as a concept, but it makes for like some hilarious shit that happens. But
well, that's what makes it so good, because it's shit that you would never do. That's the point, right?
yeah. So like one of the things that that Kihui Kwan has to do is he has to paper cut himself exactly 4 times between each of his fingers, and it's so funny because he's running as they're being chased by I think Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis at that point. And he's like, you can't, you know, like, what is his exact line? It's like, you can't paper cut yourself on purpose. It only happens by accident. It's so fucking good. This had probably like 5 or 6, like straight up, I'm laughing out loud. And I have to rewind the movie to pick up what was said because I was just laughing too hard to catch further dialogue. I love it so much.
And another thing that is interesting is it's a funny movie on purpose and by accident. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It still works. With the theming of the movie, what the movie is actually about is a very, very serious thing. So the fact that they could even mishmatch those two at all, I don't know how this movie works. I can't explain how this movie works.
It like it delves into like surreal comedy so much that you would think it would be offensive.
Yeah,
like
it's not even a fine line. It's not even one of those.
Yeah,
it just works.
Crazy. Like that.
Sorry. I was looking at the cast again. I'm sorry.
I just don't understand.
This guy's IMDb photo is so serious, and it's next to Alpha Jumper Bigger Trophy.
Is that our next Halloween costume? Or are we going as Alpha Jumper Trophy and Alpha Jumper Bigger Trophy?
When Alpha Jumper Trophy just comes flying in with no pants and lands on it.
It's so fucking good, dude. That's one of those two. I adore how this movie is fearless about that shit. Like, they're like, some people could take this in a way that they want to walk out of the theater because it reaches that level of absurdity. And they're like, fucking do it.
Well, at this point, you come this far. Why not? Oh my god! But you know, at the same
I think you need to have on your front. I think you need to have on your front porch the googly eyes rock. This is a pretty great image,
dude. At the same time, though, it never really does anything offensive.
No,
it's so weird. I don't understand this movie.
Yeah, this movie is one of those that will be studied in like college writing courses forever. Because God. You have to walk such a tightrope of
don't say tight.
you have to walk such a fucking tightrope, man. And I'm gonna find excuses to say it now. To like I don't even know how to
Jeff blew a fuse.
I'm just broken, man. I'm just broken. I just don't. A lady uses a dog as a melee weapon, dude.
Debbie the dog mom. Debbie the dog mom.
This movie is not PETA approved.
But you see, that is like one of the things I'm talking about. Debbie the dog mom is who she keeps referring to as Big Nose. As if the lady is ugly. She's a very attractive woman.
I love how blunt Michelle Yeoh's character is, especially in the beginning of this. She is just like unfiltered, everything that she says, because she just doesn't like people in general. So she's just an asshole to everyone, but in a very funny way. Like their dialogue at the beginning when they're just walking around the laundromat is super funny. Oh my god,
dude. Yeah, I just like. that whole thing is just what I'm talking about, where like Debbie the dog mom is a very attractive lady, but all she talks about is her big nose. Stephanie Shu, totally fine, but she keeps telling her she's fat. Like, she's such an awful person at the beginning of this movie, and this movie does not do the third act turnaround. Like, she's still an awful person, but well, at least we're awful together as a family.
Right.
Like, this movie is so confusing.
Also, I'm gonna get some revenge on you with this image I'm about to submit if you didn't catch it yet. this might have to be my profile picture on everything now. There is a photo on IMDb with James Hong with the hot dog hand prosthetic, and it is just everything to me now, and I love it so much. Let's talk about
no. Whatever you're gonna say, no. We're gonna talk about hot dog people eating each other's fingers and ketchup and mustard going everywhere.
So I don't normally get disturbed by like movies to an extent.
That is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in a movie.
It really is, and I don't think so. You said that you didn't fall asleep until like 8 a.m. last night, and that's gonna be me tonight when I'm laying down in bed thinking about the
every time you close your eyes.
That just considering the ketchup and mustard budget for Everything Everywhere All at Once with some of those scenes, it's the stuff of nightmares, man. It's haunting.
If Chris suggests hot dogs for dinner anytime soon, I'm out. I just can't.
Now, I think if we're talking about the surreal comedy and absurdity, we have to get to Raccacoonies.
That was the most incredible thing in the whole movie to me. The fact that there is a universe out there in the multiverse somewhere where Ratatouille is happening.
And it's not Ratatouille.
And it's not Ratatouille.
It's Raccacoonies. I love that scene when they start to introduce Raccacoonies as a concept. It is Michelle Yeoh who's been like universe flipping, and her like brain is breaking a little bit because of how much stress it puts you under. And she is talking to main universe Ki-Hui Kwan and Stephanie Shu about Raccacoonies. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You mean Ratatouille? She's like, no, Raccacoonies. And then you think that's just a one-off joke.
Yeah.
You think that's
and it works.
You think it's just a one-off joke because she's a bit out of touch.
Yeah.
No, Ron. We go to the Raccacoonies verse.
Well, if Marvel can have a talking raccoon, why can't Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I don't even.
Someone out there has to have a YouTube short of Raccacoonies versus Rocket Raccoon, right? Because I would watch that.
Oh, dude.
I need that in my life.
That's the comic book I want.
Dude, at the end, when fucking Raccacoonies bro is tired, so she has him jump on her. She's like, they got fucking Michelle Yeoh to do Ratatouille with a grown-ass man on her head. I love this movie.
And somehow it's an endearing and touching moment. I don't understand this movie.
It's part of the third act emotional climax of the movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I just watch, man? I almost hope Bobby listens to this without watching the movie first. That way he can be like, they're making this shit up as they go along, right? Surely this can't be an actual movie that won 7 Oscars, right? There's no way.
Watch this movie.
They're just making shit up as they go along. Raccacoonies, that's some bullshit, dude.
That's some bullshit. It's Ratatouille. Everyone knows.
Good God. I love that scene. So the only way I'm able to frame a podcast around this is just scroll through the IMDb photos of various scenes, because it is so all over the place in the best ways. I can't mentally like track the movie through my brain and memory without just looking at photos because of how fucking bonkers it is. I love when Jamie Lee Curtis wakes up from fucking murder mode machine, and she's like, "Did you staple this to my head?" And she's like, no, you stapled it to yourself. She's like, I wouldn't do that.
When she staples that to her own head, it's like something out of the Crazies.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I also like the like you end up learning the reason she does that is it's a callback to the bagel.
Yep.
Because she has stapled the little drawing of the bagel to her forehead to symbolize she is one of the following under what is the crazy fucking Baba Yaga name they have for this hold on, it's a running joke in the movie because Michelle Yeoh fucks it up like 17 different times.
She says Chewbacca at some point. Jabu Tapaki?
Yeah, that is the Elder One kind of code name for Stephanie Hsu,
which sounds a lot like Jabberwocky.
Yeah. I'm curious what the kind of background details are for Jobu Tupaki, because I'm assuming it's something because it's very specific, but I don't know.
Well, I didn't realize until going through the photos on IMDb the number of references to a bagel before you ever learn about the black hole bagel of death. Did you notice that?
I did not.
Like, there's a point where Ki Hui Kwan is even eating a bagel going on about cream cheese. And there's a point when he puts the bagel down, it does like a close-up zoom-in shot of the bagel.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that by the time it
there's like 2 or 3 different references to bagels in the movie before you ever even see the black hole.
I think that was near my second seizure I had while watching the movie, so it just kind of went under the radar.
There's one that's really painful where she's standing there and it's just flipping through universe after universe after universe that I really thought I was going to end up on the floor drooling.
It is, and it's an astounding edit because that 12 seconds probably took that editor a month. It's so fucking good. And it's so fast, but yeah, it feels like people probably went into a seizure watching it because it's that intense.
Okay, Jeff. Hang on.
That animated image of her too, where she was animated in a universe, was super cool.
I want that anime. Okay, once again, I have to point something out. We've got TV musical queen, Alpha Jumper Trophy. We've got police salsa, police luchador, and then we have Rick. But Rick's name in real life is Biff Whiff.
Should have just gone with his real life name.
Should have just gone with his real life name.
Oh, yeah, Biff Whiff. That's an Everything Everywhere All at Once character right there, man.
Right.
Calling him Rick makes me think of what's the fucking Everyman in Deadpool 2 that joins the X-Force.
I don't know.
What the fuck is his name? I'll find it. Oh my god.
I know we've already talked about it, but Jamie Lee Curtis, man, in this movie.
Oh, I found an awesome bit of trivia for her that I'll have to get to you in a second. Peter. It's fucking Peter in Deadpool, dude. It's just the Everyman part of the goddamn X-Force. It's so fucking good. So I love this. There's a lot of cool stuff about Jamie Lee Curtis's character. Okay, so for Deirdre's appearance, Kwan discovered a picture of a real IRS agent he found online, which Jamie Lee Curtis liked and wanted to emulate. Curtis wanted the character to be as real as possible and used her real belly for the film as opposed to a prosthetic.
Really?
Yeah.
All that Activia? Wow.
Isn't that awesome? That's fucking massive respect for Jamie Lee Curtis for that. That's awesome.
Man. Yeah, no. Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie, I cannot get her out of my head at all. I love Michelle Yeoh, but I may be in love with Jamie Lee Curtis now. I don't know. The sense of humor she has to have about herself.
Right.
To even do this movie. Let alone, you're fucking serious? My name is Deirdre Bobeardra?
So, okay, that's another thing that I hadn't really thought of until now. If I could be a fly on the wall as the writer-directors were pitching this movie both to the production companies to get it made, and then to these actors, and because they have to start off the conversation with, "This is gonna sound horrible. This is gonna sound like it shouldn't be made. Read the whole script and trust me." Like, just
Well, you heard the pitch, right? It's a legendary pitch.
I probably do, but I've forgotten.
Well, they went to supposedly they went over to a whiteboard and wrote everything everywhere all at once, and then put a $sign at the end of it. Oh my
That's pretty
god!
awesome.
I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know how to podcast. This movie broke my brain.
That's what I was saying. It's like, this is the most you need to be doing a commentary, not freeform conversation, because you can't replicate even like the okay, like, how good is the fucking cinematography when it looks like a 1700s like feudal Japan sequence? Like, it looks like a fully budgeted like feudal Japan sequence from a different movie. There's this really awesome segment where they look like they're in a prison in like 1915.
Yeah.
Where they're fighting, where Michelle Yeoh grabs a broom that's nearby, and Stephanie Hsu has a sword that she's like bringing from reality to reality, I think. And it's just like so many fucking mesmerizing sequences where they're just like jumping all over the place, and you can't help but be like just captivated by it. I was blown away by so many of the scenes in this movie. There's a fucking Raccacoonies poster. Hold on. Stand by. I need this on my wall, please.
Okay.
What did we find out? That uncredited Raccacoonies voice was Randy Newman, apparently?
Apparently. Jeff.
What?
This movie is 2 years old. Raccacoonies never got spoiled for me.
It didn't for me either. I love that.
What is wrong with you, internet? Get the fuck
also,
on it.
Bless you, internet, for not spoiling that, because I was just fucking what?
I wish you and I had watched this together. I really wish we had been sitting next to each other.
Yeah, that we could be in epileptic seizure mode together.
I'm pretty sure my wife wanted to shoot herself.
Did she watch it? Did she watch it?
She watched it.
What did she think? Did she hate it?
She just got up and went to bed when it was over. Yeah,
I can't blame her for that exactly, because you can't fucking make this shit up. Like, it's fucking nuts.
This movie is bonkers, and it totally works.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's me. I think I'm the problem. I'm clearly a Lovecraft protagonist. This is my last night alive. It has to be. Oh, Biff Whiff. It's his
Biff
real
Whiff.
name.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just at a loss for words. Like, you just gotta watch the fucking movie, man. I'm just so happy that this exists. For like how it's just like, just thinking back to like the universe that we live in, where it's just like, okay, Ke Huy Quan is gonna come out of retirement 20 years later, and the movie where he beats the shit out of people with a fanny pack and paper cuts himself intentionally, and the one where Jamie Lee Curtis is playing Deirdre Babeirdre, Oscar sweep.
Oh, dude.
It's just the stuff of legend, man. Like,
yeah,
they have some incredible posters, by the way, if you haven't seen them. They have some posters that are like in the vein of other independent cinema. There's a Raccacoonies one where it looks a bit like a kind of
Pixar,
Disney, like a Disney Pixar kind of pixelated painting poster.
Have you seen the A24 Googly Eyes one?
I haven't caught that one. You have to send it to me. But there's also one where it's showing the reality with the hot dog hands of Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis, and it's presented like a super independent romantic movie from like Italy and like France. That is great.
Dude,
I'll try to find it back. I want that poster. This movie has the best fucking posters, dude. Oh my god.
That moment right after they reveal that Joy is the villain, and she says something like, "My daughter's pretending to be a lesbian or pretending to be gay or something," and literally the music record scratches, everything stops, and she's like, "Hang on, that's the part you're hanging up on?"
Look at this poster. It's so good. It is presented so fucking seriously, but the hot dog hands are on fucking Front Street. Oh man.
Oh dude, I can't.
This movie broke me in all the best ways possible, and I'm so glad that.
Dude, do you know what that translates to?
What was that?
Do you know what the name translates to?
What does it translate to?
Love and sausages.
I think we're just gonna end the podcast on that because I can't top love and sausages, dude.
I shit you not. I'm sending this to you. Oh man. Yes, these results are useful. Thank you. Oh man.
One of my just like favorite small bits that just like came to mind too from this movie is how great is the moment where what is Evelyn is Michelle Yeoh. What is the daughter's
Joy?
They do their like towards the very, very end. It's after Michelle Yeoh has gone like pacifist mode with the googly eyed, which I love.
Yeah.
And Joy does the like the kung fu like cliche thing where they're like prepping their stance and like waving their arms around like intensely, like getting ready to fight. And Michelle Yeoh does it and then opens her arms up like in like the expression of a hug,
like a motherly hug.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. We don't fucking deserve this bonkers bullshit movie.
Or maybe we do. I don't know.
I don't know.
Love and sausages.
Love and sausages. Can we rename the podcast to Love and Sausages now? That's all I want.
Right this fucking instance. You know, it also just occurs to me what a good... I always mix these two up. I don't know if it's a metaphor, an allegory. For schizophrenia. Like, look at this. Look at this screenshot I just put in the Discord.
Oh, yeah. There are some wonderful shots of where reality is like fracturing as if you like hit a mirror and it shattered into like different segments. How good is the opening shot of the movie, by the way, where it's all framed in the reflections on like the opposite side of the room? It's a gorgeous shot. I love it so much. And then it's just like you have these moments where it's some of like the coolest cinematography and the most like gorgeous visuals you've ever seen, and then an hour from now you're gonna get fucking Raccacoonie in your movie. And man, it's just the fucking best.
Is this a sequel to The One?
I don't know. But dude, there's a Pinky Fury poster.
When she flexes her pinky,
dude, when she flexes the pinky,
like a bicep.
I love it. Yeah, there's a Pinky of Fury poster where she has the flexed. Fuck it, I'll send it to you, man.
Oh
just
my
like,
god,
you gotta see this shit. And it's like the super buff Pinky too. I love it so much. The salsa cop, R.I.P. salsa cop.
That might be my new Twitter. I don't know.
Oh my god. I almost have nothing else to talk about. It just fucking speaks for itself. I need Raccacooney as my profile picture for everything. Man.
Dude.
No notes, just more Raccacooney.
When she goes over to the other hibachi and just takes the guy's hat off to reveal the raccoon. Oh,
I love it.
I just don't even. Okay, Jeff. Review time. I need you to tell me if you know what scene of the movie this screenshot is from.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm standing by. I do know, and now I'm definitely not sleeping tonight because I'm just gonna say, the Trophy Boys.
The Trophy Boys.
Their sequences are more terrifying than Hereditary ever could be.
What is it? What are those dipshits in real life call themselves? The Proud Boys? We need to be the Trophy Boys.
The Trophy Boys.
We're the Trophy Boys.
They have a fucking, like, next level Jackie Chan-esque slow-mo scene where she is dismantling the Trophy Boys. And I can't. When she immediately just throws them down in disgust.
Oh.
Genius.
He's flipping through the air with no pants on and lands perfectly on the trophy. And then he turns around and gives this look like he's a goddamn Terminator.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Bobby needs to see this movie. We gotta text Bobby to just fucking, like, is it better for him to watch it or to hear us talk about it and then go watch it? Do you think he needs to go watch it first? I don't fucking know. Does it matter? I don't
think you can spoil this movie. I really don't. I don't know. Maybe you can.
Maybe part of it is the shock and awe of just, like, not knowing some of the specifics of the craziness that would help, but I don't fucking know. I had like 17 seizures during this. I don't fucking know. Fucking Trophy Boys broke me, man. I got nothing.
Anime's Super Smash Brothers sound effect that keeps happening during some of the fight scenes.
Man. Dude, just going back through the images and Kihui Kwan.
We didn't even talk about his wheelchair becoming a mech, like an exosuit.
Oh my god. Dude, he's got like Gundam arms that are made out of like a fucking photocopier later. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And she throws a shield,
dude.
She throws a SWAT shield like a Captain America shield.
Oh yeah, that's what I fucking forgot. Dude, when she goes to so how cool is the concept of, like, some of the multiverse shit in this is, like, fucking so cool. So she's stuck in like a panic room, and they've tossed tear gas into the panic. Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
It's a sex dungeon.
Yeah, but I'm like explaining it. It's like people like kind of like know the concept of it. It's like essentially like a panic room type thing. They're using it as a panic room, you know, like to get away from the people that are attacking them. They throw fucking tear gas into the panic room, and she switches dimensions to a dimension where she's a singer so that she can hold her breath longer. Like, that's so fucking cool. And then she goes out after having switched to a reality where she's one of the sign flipping people for a business so that she can wield the fucking riot shield like Captain America. And it's just like, this is so fucking amazing and stupid at the same time, and I love it.
Do these guys do the next Shang-Chi movie?
I think these guys need to do Flashpoint Paradox. I think the only people who could do Flashpoint Paradox justice are the Raccacoonie boys, dude.
The Raccacoonie boys. The Trophy Boys.
Think of how much this movie puts that new Flash movie to shame, by the way. Isn't that embarrassing? Man, that just...
I just got sad. Like, you just brought the room down.
Salt in the fucking wound, dude.
Oh. Dude, this right here, I was like, oh my god, like, we're going there. We're going there. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to send it to you. I'm going to let you talk about it.
Yeah. There's the moments when they flip to a different dimension, and they have a specific term for it, but basically you get like a quick kind of like catch up of that reality's backstory. That way you are able to get their talents and their skill sets and everything, but also you get like their memories. And it's James Hong in the past, and all he says is, "I'm sorry, it's a girl."
Well,
and
that's what the doctor's saying to him.
Yeah, and that's like the subtext of that is also really, really tragic.
And then there's also this.
Fuck yes, there is. Jamie Lee Curtis is a fucking saint for doing this movie.
I fucking love her so much.
And how, dude, the extent to which Ke Huy Quan shows his range. So he's playing his like lovable fucking goofy Goonie self.
Is this hardcore Henry level?
I think so. Because you get Ke Huy Quan, who is playing his like super goofy lovable self, right? You get Jackie Chan, goddamn Ke Huy Quan, where he is just like the fucking alpha in the room, literally just kicking ass.
And it's even funnier when you realize what fanny means in England.
Yeah,
that he's using a fanny pack.
And then they show later on this other reality. I love the reality where it is Michelle Yeoh as a like movie star. Yeah. Because they've one of the realities she flips to is she's a movie star. This is what happens in her reality where she leaves Ke Huy Quan and doesn't get married to him. She becomes a super famous movie star. And they have these moments that are shot gorgeously too. It looks like a fucking noir film almost. There's these like shots in alleyways in the rain. And it's just gorgeous. But Ke Huy Quan is playing this version of himself that has, you know, like not had their marriage and their child together, and it has made him very kind of cold. And just like his range of showing that kind of like regret when he's that version, his goofiness when he's in the main version, and him being a badass, it's just like I fucking love that character. And to be willing to hand it to Ke Huy Quan, who just like fucking knocks it out of the park, just kills it. Love it so much.
And you go from that to this.
Yeah. the fucking hot dog hands piano scene.
Her wrist brace is on her
the foot. It's genius. I caught that too. It's fucking genius.
I can't with this movie. I can't. I'm gonna walk off this podcast.
I think we're about done. I can't.
There's no words.
There's no words. It's, you know what it is? Genius. That's all.
That's it. It's just you
genius.
have to see it. There's nothing else you can say. There's no way to describe this movie to anyone.
I need a super cut of just the action sequences of this because I want to watch the action again of this like now.
I'm sure it exists. I'm sure that's on YouTube.
It is fucking astounding like how good some of the action sequence. Dude, when fucking Ke Huy Quan hooks the guy in the nose with the fanny pack belt and then uses that to then fucking body slam him face first into the ground. That's some fucking goofy ass raid level shit, and I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah. Watch this movie. You might hate it. You might love it.
You're
but
justified either way.
You gotta watch it. Yeah, I think I'm no notes. Two hot dog thumbs up.
I couldn't take notes if I wanted to.
I need all of these posters so much in my life. They're so good.
Let's see.
So fucking good. Yeah.
I'm finding each individual action scene on YouTube, but there's gotta be. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if you can guess, based on the YouTube title, what scene this is. Plug in for ultimate power. Oh my god.
Oh god damn it, dude.
This movie. This movie. I'm gonna put
yeah. This might end up being one of our shortest episodes ever just because like my brain needs some time to recover. My
own psyche fractured.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know. Don't even know. If you would like to follow the show more, we are on Twitter at SPR Filmcast. And this next month, we're not fucking picking the movies. And I'm excited and horrified
because just as a kind of precursor, people are kind of just now joining in and haven't in the past been through our Friends and Family Month selections. Friends and Family Month in the past has included some various options such as Tammy and the T-Rex.
Hey, that movie's a gem. I don't give a shit what you say.
Oh fuck. Tammy and the goddamn T-Rex.
Hey,
Man.
it gave us the fucking payphone gif.
It did. I will give it that. We have covered other stuff such as The Last Airbender. That
Gave
old
us Cliff
chestnut.
Curtis.
It did.
Trying to keep his clothes on.
Some say he's still awkwardly holding his arms up to maintain his coat to this very day.
You gotta look on the bright side of life, Jeff.
Yeah. We've had some pretty solid movies. Stuff like Tombstone.
Memories of a Murder.
Memories of Murder. Fucking Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Maybe the cinematic achievement of our time.
We can't stop.
It's too dangerous. Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh man,
We covered that one. I might have to go back and re-listen to us lose our shit over Dragon Ball Evolution because Dragon Ball Evolution. So yeah, that just gives you like a little recap. So like the whole point of Friends and Family Month is we turn over the fucking keys to the car to our beloved former friends and family.
This ain't your daddy's Jesus taking the wheel.
And we have no idea what happens each week. Sometimes it is a airbender situation. Sometimes you get like Memories of Murder where it's something great. Ron, I believe Chris was the first submission for Friends and Family Month. So would you like to describe what we're going to be covering next?
Well, she wrote a little manifesto.
Okay.
It reads, my friends and family pick is, drumroll please, Twilight.
Fuck.
Here are the reasons for my choice.
Here are the reason one, fuck you. Reason two, go fuck yourself.
Number one, it's time. Have wanted to pick this movie since you guys started Friends and Family Month. Fair.
Respect.
Two, you guys occasionally have mentioned / referenced how bad the movie is, so now you get to talk about it.
You don't know what's funny? I have
salty.
only seen bits and pieces of this. I have never actually sat and watched it all the way through. So
I have several times.
Because Chris is a massive Twilight fan, right? Like, doesn't she like the books a lot? I don't know how she feels about the movies, but isn't she like a pretty big fan of it?
So she likes the books.
Okay.
The movies, she says, are terrible, but she watches them all the time. She like puts them on in the background and stuff.
And is it so? Are the movies of it like a so bad that it becomes good situation for her? She just likes having it on.
Yeah, she just has it on. I don't know.
Maybe just to torture you.
She has it on. She has it on
motive.
more than she has on The Girl on Fire. What are those movies called?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first couple of Hunger Games and I never for a second understood the appeal to that franchise.
I've seen all of them. They're terrible.
Not good.
The appeal to one of the Hunger Games is oh god, I just lost her name. I had it in my head.
Which character?
I couldn't tell you from Hunger Games.
The main lady or like different character?
Different character.
Okay.
She's in Game of Thrones. Hang on, I'm getting there.
Game of Thrones. Which character in Game of Thrones?
God damn it! Are you really gonna make me go to the all cast?
IMDB everywhere all at once.
Right. I can see her face.
Which Game of Thrones character do you remember?
The chick. She gets blown up. Her brother is gay with one of the other princes.
Natalie Dormer.
So in one of the Hunger Games, you get Natalie Dormer with one side of her head shaved, and I'm all for that.
I like Natalie Dormer. Yeah, she's
The
pretty
rest
cool.
of the rest of those movies, nah. Mm-mm.
You know what? I think part of it, I don't like Jennifer Lawrence that much.
I really don't either.
I have never understood she's not like a bad actress, but she became like the hot it girl of Hollywood and in
Yeah.
fucking everything overnight. Just all over the place. Like she was, you know what she was? She became like, remember when Sam Worthington was in every fucking movie for 5 years?
Was he really?
And you couldn't escape him.
I don't think I knew that.
Sam Worthington, he was in Terminator, Avatar, Clash of the Titans, fucking everything for a few years. Just all over the fucking place.
Yeah, and then number 3, I tried to be nice last year, and that didn't work. So this is your fault, Jeff. This is all your fault.
I will cop to that. I possess an undying hatred for Moulin Rouge that is probably a little bit over the top, but it just one of those things. I can't stand it. See, if the Hunger Games in general had been about Natalie Dormer as this character, I'd have been a lot more interested instead of Katniss Everdeen.
She is a TV producer that is following J-Law around. And the guy from Daredevil is a character that I cited as one of my most hated things in movies and TV, where he has no tongue, yet is completely mute. And there's a moment in the movie where he sees something coming, but can't warn anybody because he can't scream or make any noise because he has no tongue. I don't know if you remember that on our old podcast when we talked about things that annoy us. It is her cameraman.
Which guy from Daredevil is it?
The friend? Foggy? No.
Oh, Foggy.
Foggy. His name is Foggy? Okay.
Yeah, Foggy.
Yeah, Foggy.
I had no idea he was even in those movies.
He has no tongue, and therefore is completely mute.
Science.
Right?
Science.
But yeah, so one of the Hunger Games movies at least gave us this. That's about all it gave us. Well, it gave us that and the meme of her screaming PETA, and then the next frame is Peter Griffin. Like, what? But other than that.
Who, now, the guy, like, running the TV show presentation, it's that character actor we fucking love. What is his, I'm blanking out his name.
There's two.
You know the guy, Colbert did the impression of him for his show.
Oh.
What the fuck is his name? Yeah, the Stanley Tucci performance in the Hunger Games is good because it's so memeable and it's great. And Stanley Tucci is a fucking gem.
Dude.
So I like his scenes.
Okay, here's the thing. If you watch these movies after watching Colbert imitate Tucci, Tucci sucks in these movies. Colbert out Tucci's the Tooch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my God. Which we should be re-entering that. Colbert should be reviving that soon. It's an election year.
Now you're bringing the fucking room down, dude.
All I'm saying is if we don't watch Twilight, it's going to be a bloodbath for this country. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm probably the last person on the planet who hasn't read or seen a Twilight thing. So
I read The Host. But I did not read Twilight.
I am in for a treat because this will be my first time watching it.
Treat may not be the word you use next time we get together.
I might be like fucking Foggy Nelson in Hunger Games and not be able to formulate words anymore after watching Twilight.
I'm a scream and I have no tongue. Like, yeah. Oh man, Jesus. This is where we are. Out of curiosity, where does Aurora fall on all of these young adult movies? Is she a Maze Runner kind of girl, or?
I think she is like okay with the Maze Runner stuff. I don't know specifically. I think she's a bit like Chris with Twilight in that she realizes it's not great, but she just kind of likes it.
I find that shocking.
Not sure.
I don't know why.
I'm not sure. But yeah, was that the full extent of her?
That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Okay, so we will be. Let's just real quick. What is Twilight like streamable on, if anything.
Oh yeah, I didn't even look. Shit.
I am checking right now. Twilight. It is available on Hulu and the Disney Plus Hulu bundle for subscriptions, and it's also rentable on Amazon and Apple. Okay, so that's going to be our first entry for Friends and Family Month. We were going to go ahead and announce the second one as well. So this is going to be Aurora's selection. She was the second submission that we had. And Aurora has selected Tangled for us to watch. So Aurora took pity on us because you and I both like Tangled quite a bit.
It's no Frozen, but I'll take it Tangled.
It's strong. I like Tangled a lot. I don't have the the paragraph from her yet describing like what made her pick it, but I will have that for the next one or the episode itself when we cover it. We'll go from there. And then we have a couple more. Soapy and Bobby have yet to pick their movies, so step up your fucking game, guys. Late to the party, man. I'm hoping by the time we record the Twilight one, my brain has had time to heal from the insanity that I watched tonight.
Don't know. I don't know that my brain will ever be the same.
You're just permanently fractured into multiple realities.
I think I am permanently fractured.
Maybe we can go to one of those other realities where we, actually have like a good podcast. That'd be pretty dope.
I might go watch Elemental. I've been wanting to watch it again.
It's good.
I'm curious how well the theming lines up and pairs with this movie, despite how wildly different they are.
Yeah. There's some DNA in there that's similar though. I can see it. And it's just a good movie. I like that movie quite a bit. Me and Aurora watched it a few months ago, and it was really good.
I was late to the party.
It got a lot of shit, which I feel kind of like undeserved.
Yeah, I don't get it. All I heard was how bad it was, and
yeah, it had really, really bad like word of mouth surrounding it. That we watched it, just like we thought it was charming as fucking good. I don't know.
I thought I was gonna hate the water guy, but by the end of the movie, I was kind of with him. I was on board with him.
Yeah, same.
Because they introduce him constantly crying and screaming.
Yeah, it's a little bit over the top, but they make them both pretty endearing.
It's a little bit over the top, but he's also made out of water and she's made out of fire. So
yeah, and they're just I like how this turned into a elemental review, but they're they're trying to drive home.
We're staring down the barrel that is Twilight, so I'm gonna go to my happy place.
My happy place is gonna be my future room with all 15 different Raccacoonies posters.
What's gonna suck is after Underwater, I'm a little bit on board with Kristen Stewart, and that's gonna be completely blown away when we go back into Twilight.
Like fucking Cthulhu at the bottom of the ocean. Oh man.
Oh dude.
But so that's the thing, is like the Twilight movies have some good fucking actors in them.
You have no idea.
It's just
some of the people that they introduce in the later movies will blow your goddamn mind.
Yeah, I know they have the dude from Underworld that we like.
Yep.
As one of the
that's the main one I was thinking of when I said that.
Brain fractured. What the fuck is his name?
I'm struggling.
He's in Frostnix, and I'm searching Frostnix. I like how I can immediately figure out a movie he was in 15 years ago. Michael Sheen.
See, here's the bad thing. We talked about him being in Underworld, and my brain went to IMDb Passengers. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's my state of mind.
Yeah.
Did you see Passengers?
Was that the J-Law movie with Chris Pratt?
Yep.
Never saw it.
Don't.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard it was fucking terrible.
I was like, it can't be that bad. It's J-Law, it's Chris Pratt, it's Michael Sheen. How bad can it be?
Michael Sheen's in that movie? Who the fuck does Michael Sheen? All I ever saw was Chris Pratt and
Underworld guy. We just talked about. I always get his name wrong.
Wasn't it Michael Sheen?
Is it Michael Sheen? Okay.
Yeah.
I always want to call him Martin. Yeah, he is the bartender. He's a robot.
Oh, I think I did know that.
Yeah, from the way he's he's all business up top and all robot down below. Yeah.
I think it's interesting how like the whole universe is kind of like chilled the fuck out on Jennifer Lawrence. It's like they realized
God.
she wasn't as good as everyone thought she was initially. Because like
I don't hate her, but she's so exhausting.
you want to know what was like the straw that broke the fucking camel's back for her, and part of it wasn't her fault because it was just the writing. She was terrible in the new X-Men movies. Like
She's pretty terrible in all of them.
What they did to Mystique in the original movies, where she's just like a badass assassin, is so much cooler than what they did with her, like trying to flesh her out as a character in the newer ones. It's like, fuck that, dude. Bring me back the old Mystique.
Mystique is the one that gives the guy the iron injection. Oh my god, that scene. And then I've been watching the 90s cartoon because I got 3 days. I got you for 3 days.
I'm so excited, dude.
I'm so excited. And Mystique is fucking awesome in that.
Yeah, Mystique is a fucking awesome character that they really, really fucked over in those newer X-Men movies. Good God, is she just unbearable.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there you have it. First 2 weeks of April. These are going to be switching to weekly if we didn't say that. That way we have them for the full month. We will be.
I got you for the full month.
we will be alternating editing responsibilities. That way we can get these put out.
Oh yeah.
So when you notice lesser quality of editing, you know that's been done by me. You're welcome, America.
See, I was gonna go the other way with that. I was gonna say when you see a noticeable improvement, it's because I didn't just slap it together and upload it.
Nah, it's pretty much what I do. Just make sure it's presentable. As presentable as something featuring us for 95 minutes can be. I don't know. Yeah. So first 2 weeks of April, it's gonna be Twilight and Tangled. So there you have it.
I wonder what that feels like to watch those back to back.
Mentally unstable and fractured into different realities comes to mind.
It's no Deirdre Babeirdre. I know that.
Deirdre Babeirdre. What a goddamn name.
And featuring Rick, played by Biff Whiff. What?
Biff Whiff.
His real life name is crazier than the actual movie.
He sounds like he'd be a fucking evil X in Scott Pilgrim, dude. Fucking Biff Whiff. Oh, fuck.
That's even funnier when you look at his goddamn IMDb photo. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I'm excited to start up some Friends and Family Month, and then absolutely horrified at what atrocities Soapy and Bobby might bring to the table later on. But who knows?
If
Bobby fucked us over last year with Tammy and the T-Rex.
Did he?
Yeah, I'd say so, because I had to watch Tammy and the fucking T-Rex.
That's a good movie.
I know Ron absolutely loved it. 10 out of 10.
Dude, it gave us the testicular standoff.
Oh, yeah, it did. I take back previous statement. It's completely justified as a cinematic achievement over time.
It gave us the payphone gif. I'm pretty sure she fucked that dinosaur. I'm pretty sure. In the barn.
Some would say it's one of the films of our time.
It gave us really gross, uneasy shots at actual teenage cheerleaders. It gave us that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else did that movie give us? That's about it.
A few racial stereotypes thrown in.
Yeah. Those were great. I enjoyed those. I'm from Oklahoma.
So. Very, very insensitive outlooks of different sexual orientations that it was hating on. That was fantastic.
I forgot about the friend.
It was a wonderful time.
Oh, I forgot about the friend. We got to get back on our high shark horse movies.
We do. Man. Just thinking about
Sharkenstein.
Was House Shark the one with Abraham Lincoln for no reason? Was it that one?
His grandfather is stuffed in the corner.
Fucking Curly Jefferson style. Fucking hell.
The only thing left of the guy was literally his sphincter. Do you remember that?
The only movie more insane than Everything Everywhere All at Once is House Shark. Like they go toe to fucking toe, dude.
Dude.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Velocipaster though. My God.
Velocipaster and Attack of the Killer Donuts are the ones I actually like that aren't, you know, making me want to stab my fucking eyes out.
When he throws the hammer and it bounces off the glass and hits the other guy.
Oh, what I was gonna say though is last year, Bobby fucked us over with fucking Tammy and the T-Rex, and Soapy presented a hidden gem with Memories of Murder. So God knows what's in store for us, for better or for worse.
If anyone can hurt us, it's gonna be them.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be both of them.
They're just waiting to fucking.
Soapy is over there rubbing his hands together like the little fly gif.
Yeah, you know it. Okay, yeah, so that's our future uploads. Eventually, you know, if we haven't shut down the podcast as a self-defense mechanism at some point during the next month, eventually Ron and I will begin selecting films again, but that's for another time. So be sure to check out Twilight and Tangled if you want to follow us. For those in the future, that's going to be the first couple weeks of April. As we already mentioned earlier, you can always hit us up on Twitter at SPR Filmcasts. Be sure to like and subscribe if you caught us on YouTube. And Ron, where can people find you when you aren't talking about everything, everywhere, all at once?
That's pretty much all I ever talk about is everything. And I talk about it everywhere. And I talk about all of it all at once over at Ronsense TV on Twitter. Not so much Twitch lately. I want to get back on it. And YouTube. I just finished Subnautica.
What's your next series going to be?
Spider-Man 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I haven't played it since it released.
I heard that one of the future WAF episodes for next month is Spider-Man Miles Morales, so I have like 3 weeks to finish Miles Morales without having the ending spoiled for me.
I hate you.
I probably need to get on that.
At this point, any emotional response you could have to the end is gone.
That's how I roll, man. I'll start the game. 6 months will pass, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I started that game. And then I try to play the game, and since the game has expected you to ratchet up your skills and be good at the game by that point, I can't fucking play this anymore. I don't know what the buttons do.
You can beat that game in like 12 hours, dude.
You can. I can beat it in like 12 months.
I platinumed Spider-Man 2 in 20.
Are you like trying to out gamer me, man? I mean, like I'll give it to you. Like,
I'm just saying they're not hard. Come on, man.
Oh, they're not hard. I have such terrible ADHD when it comes to games now. It's not good.
We used to do a gaming channel, man.
Yeah, but then we could play the game together. And I got like some breaks every now and then. When you would like alternate.
You know how many times I watched Iron Golem throw you off of the edge of the level?
Maybe that's what broke me. I'm segmented into different realities at the bottom of that fucking chasm, dude. I don't know.
Jeff, you're my best friend.
You're my best friend. Iron Targus. That's a callback for you.
Oh God.
Oh God. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for listening. I need to go rest my brain. Bye.